Alright, so we're out here with the Jayco J-Flight, the 174BH on this very windy October day. And we are going to winterize the water lines. So I got this Champion antifreeze RV and Marine, burst protection to -50, and it is alcohol free. So I bought 3 gallons, which I believe should be more than enough. I watched a couple of videos on how to do this, and it should be pretty straightforward. So one of the first things you need to do is go to your low point drains and open those up, drain out all the water that's left in those lines. I've done that already. And then if we come around on this side, there's a low point drain up in front here. That's for the freshwater tank. That also has been drained. There's basically no water in this thing since the last time we took it camping. And then the other thing you should do is, if you go in here in your water heater, you'll see there's a plastic plug here. Take that out and drain your water heater out. I do that every single time we come back from camping. I just like to get that water in there so it doesn't get the water out of there so it doesn't get stale. So that's already done. Your city connection here, that we will have to drain the water out of. I believe there's a small section of pipe that goes to the pump, or near the pump, that we'll have to get the water out of. So I think there's a special trick to getting that to come out. Alright, so we will head inside and start the process here, and I'll kind of show you what we need to do. Alright, so to access what we need here, you gotta pull the bottom bunk out on this model here. And what you got is, this is going to be the hose you put into your RV antifreeze, and then there's a valve here. So if I turn this, so right now that valve is facing this way, which is the water coming from the freshwater tank and going through the pump. So in order to get this to operate, you need to turn the valve so that the handle is facing the direction of the clear hose. And then to bypass the water heater, same thing, you got valves that are going to be pointing towards the tank. That means the water would come in and then go out the other side, and we want to bypass that, and that's what this special clear or white hose is here again. Make sure that valve is facing down. So this one's closed, this one is closed, so the water is going to bypass the water heater and continue on. So, and then in order to do this, take your clear hose and stick it in your RV antifreeze. I might have to get this a little bit closer, otherwise the hose doesn't look like it's been long enough. And then basically turn your water pump on and start flowing it through your faucets and toilet and whatever else you have, any type of hookups. Alright, so now I'm going to turn the water pump on, and we should start sucking coolant through that clear hose. Alright, so everything's pressurized. Now we'll take a look at the kitchen faucet here. That's going to be the furthest faucet away from the pump here, and we'll start with that. Alright, so we're going to start with the cold side first here. And I did already open everything up and tried to drain as much water out as I could, so we'll see what happens here. Quite a bit of water still in there. Oh, there we go. There's the pink. Let's do the hot side. Oh, there we go. Probably should work on getting the air out of all the lines. Also keep an eye on your RV antifreeze. Make sure you don't run it out. I got 3 gallons, and I'm thinking that should be more than enough for this travel trailer. Alright, so next we're going to do the shower. We're going to run it through the hose here, or through the shower head. Alright, and I'll do the hot side. Alright, so here we go with the toilet. Well, looks like it was pretty much there right away. Alright, so your city water connection, you also want to check that as well. There's a small section of hose that comes in. They could have water in, so what you do is you got to pull your filter off. It's just basically a rubber gasket. And then in the center here, this little white plastic piece you're going to want to push, and this is going to spray all over. There's a spring in there, so we're just going to push that and get some coolant, antifreeze come out. Alright, so we got 1 gallon left, so we only used 2 gallons. And that is pretty much it for winterizing the water lines. The only other thing we may have to do is pull the batteries. So if we stick this thing in a storage unit, we'll need to pull the batteries and put those on like a trickle charger. If we end up leaving it out all season long, I'm not too worried about it because it does have a solar panel that charges it. It keeps it maintained. So other than that, that'll be it for now. Maybe it goes super hard. I don't want to break it. Oh. That's what I was trying to avoid.